If you could hear your heartbeat, and one day suddenly notice it's running in a different rhythm than you, who would you trust? Your own body? Or the machine that says everything is normal? Radars rarely lie, and seismic sensors almost never imagine things, which is why what happened beneath Antarctica didn't look like a mystery at first. It looked like noise. Sensors buried thousands of meters under ice were doing what they were built to do, listening to pressure shifts, slow ice movements, tiny fractures inside frozen rock. These machines weren't designed to hear rhythms. They weren't meant to detect patterns. Yet one winter night, a signal appeared that didn't behave like ice, didn't behave like stone, and didn't behave like anything already documented. It was smooth, repeating, calm, almost patient, a pulse, rising and falling at a steady interval, deep beneath a place where nothing lives, nothing breathes, and nothing should move at all. Underneath Antarctica, thousands of meters beneath the ice, that's exactly what happened. At first, scientists dismissed it the way science always does, by assuming the simplest explanation. A micro-earthquake, maybe. But earthquakes are chaotic. This signal wasn't. Volcanic activity? The strangest thing. Everything in Antarctica changes with the weather. The data said no. Subglacial water movement was indicated. The waveforms said no. Then it said, the sensor must be faulty. And that's where the story unfolded. Because it wasn't just one sensor. There were multiple sensors placed in different locations, from different countries, with different technologies. They all recorded the same pulse. Error is a single error. There was no magma system beneath that region. Icequakes? Ice fractures scream irregularly. This signal whispered with discipline. It didn't spike. It didn't panic. It waited, as if it had always been there. Satellite data was pulled in next. Gravity maps, magnetic field readings, deep Earth models. And that's when the discomfort began. Around the source of the pulse, Earth's internal behavior didn't follow any known rule. It wasn't solid. It wasn't liquid. It wasn't molten. It behaved like a neutral pocket inside the planet, a zone that textbooks simply didn't account for. Then came the smallest detail, the one that changed everything. The pulse shifted by microseconds whenever geomagnetic conditions above Antarctica changed. Solar wind pressure increased, Earth's magnetic shield distorted, and the pulse responded. Not dramatically, not intelligently, but consistently. Sensors don't adapt. Errors don't synchronize. So new instruments were installed. Different technologies, different depths, different manufacturers. The result never changed. Same rhythm, same frequency, same silence. An internal research note described it best. The signal doesn't announce itself. It behaves like something that has always been there. That raised a more unsettling question. Not what the pulse was, but why no one had noticed it before. The answer may have been simple. Earth is loud. Its surface is chaotic. Its shallow layers constantly scream with movement. But deep beneath that noise, some mechanisms move slowly, patiently, like a heartbeat you only hear when everything else goes quiet. Scientists didn't call it alien. They didn't call it supernatural. They classified it carefully, almost cautiously, as an unresolved but persistent natural phenomenon. And they kept listening. Even today, when new sensors are calibrated in Antarctica, a faint rhythmic signal appears during initial readings. Most researchers label it background noise and move on, but those who listen a little longer notice something strange. The pulse never accelerates, never weakens, never reacts emotionally. It simply exists, steady and unbothered, as if the planet itself is quietly reminding us, I was here long before you learned how to listen. And that is where the story truly ends, not with the question of whether our sensors are lying, but with the realization that some signals were never hidden at all. We just weren't ready to hear them.